This video is about how to make access tracks in the CalTopo app. Welcome back. Today we're doing sort of a different kind of video. Most of you come to see the hill country content, but I live about 10 hours away from some of my hunting grounds, and so I can't go up there as often as I can. The last time I got some good footage was during a scouting trip in May, but we're going to walk down to the northeast corner of my farm today, and right now I'm walking down the property line. Over here is my neighbor's, and over here this way is mine. And the mosquitoes are pretty bad, so I'm going to try to get right to the point. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're coming from this lane that goes back to food. This is kind of where the deer like to go, especially the does, to feed and whatnot. We've got a few oaks up there, but right in front of us is a big swamp, and it really makes a hard edge both this way onto my neighbors and this way down on my property. And I run a cell camera down here, and during the past 3 years, here's the cell camera, during the past 3 years I really get a lot of bucks coming right around this corner right here. And our rut here in southeast Georgia is in the middle of October. So my plan is to hunt this with a northeast wind. That is northeast, so the wind, I need it to come blow back this way. And what I did earlier today was I picked out a tree. It's right over here. There's a bay tree right back there, and right beside it is a pine tree. And I cut an access trail that leads to this tree. And what I wanted to do is show you a few things on the map of why I picked this location. Obviously, when you got a bunch of stuff coming together, and especially when it funnels deer into a certain area, I want to try to take advantage of that. So we're just going to go through this thick, very thick stuff down here in southeast Georgia. But I came up here earlier today and I put my XOP sticks with my Ape Canyon Outfitter 2-step aider and a couple of sticks up here behind this bay tree, and that way I can get some cover. The main thing, and the main reason I'm making the video, is because I want to come in here on my app. I want to mark from the purple arrow, which indicates I need northeast wind, all the way back to the access point, which is that circle A. And I'm going to get off of this GoPro and get onto my phone so that we can show you how I do this. Okay, I'm standing at the base of the tree where the purple arrow is at. And I'm going to go down into the right-hand corner of the screen, and I'm going to touch this little crosshair. And what that's going to do is it's going to make that circle, it's going to get smaller and smaller until it puts me right on top of the X. And then I'm going to touch these 4 dots down in the right-hand corner in the CalTopo app and click on Record Track. And you can change the track name, which we'll just call this the Northeast Loop Stand. And I'm going to make it yellow, and then we're tracking. So I'm going to walk down where I mowed earlier, and you'll be able to see where we're going, both on the screen, in the app, and also with boots on the ground. But I just cut my way through here because it's so thick that I don't want to get back in here fumbling around with a bunch of briars. And I'll walk this back out to where I left the side by side. so that I'll have a track that I can follow when it's dark going to my stand without bumping a bunch of deer and being off in some thick stuff and just, you know, getting angry before we even get to the stand, or getting real sweaty before we get to the stand. But I like to, especially in the coastal Georgia where it's also this way in coastal South Carolina, but where it's really thick, I like to make these little entrance trails. I'll have the wind in my face the whole way in here, and that way, if I'm left of track or right of track, I can follow that path that I made in CalTopo and find my stand pretty easy. And I just go back down here and click on finish, and then I'll save that track. So that track now is going to be all the way to the stand. It's going to keep me from getting off into some, either, you know, if you were in steep terrain, it would be avoiding the steep stuff, and down here in flat ground, it's so that we can actually find our spot without getting tangled up in the briars. So just a good tip. We'll see how this stand pans out for the rest of the hunting season. I'm gonna leave it alone until October, so we'll see what happens.